Here's a quick podcast for all you true crime fans. The case of the missing Reeses. It was me at the store with my mouth. Motive? They're Reeses. What was I going to do? Stop myself? Tune in next time to see if I do it again. Spoiler, I will. Wow, that had everything. Reeses, suspense, Reeses.
Paragold has luxury home's largest selection of outdoor furniture, lighting, decor, and more. Discover pieces in every style from more than 2,000 of design's best brands. Shop in-store or online at Paragold.com. Paragold, luxury lives here.
Join me, Cindy Lauper, with Chef Michelle Bernstein and Dr. Panico to talk about psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis, the potential connection and risk of developing permanent joint damage.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis 300 milligram dose and adults with active psoriatic arthritis 150 milligram dose. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur.
Learn more at 1-844-COSENTYX or Cosentyx.com/Cindy.
Hey, weirdos. I'm Alaina.
I am Ash.
And this is Morbid.
Woohoo!
And it's a Listener Tales episode.
Yeah. I think it's Listener Tales 30.
Here we are, 30 episodes later.
Whoa.
And you know what it was? We were due. We were due for one. We like to do like one a month now.
Yeah, one a month. And
Yeah.
it's also like spooky and raining outside, so it felt like the right time to do it.
Yeah, and we just came off like a 3-part series that was pretty gnarly. And I have one coming up that's real gnarly. So we figure we'd lull you into a false sense of security and then just really crush you this
You're
coming
welcome.
week. So
Enjoy that.
So feel nice and spooky and safe here for now.
For a minute.
And then it's going to get gnarly. But yeah, I think today we decided we were going to pick out like spooky, paranormal, but there's murder in there too, which I wasn't even expecting. I was just looking for diamonds and such.
Alaina literally typed into like the Listener Tales
Yes.
folder and was like, let's get some demon ones. And she was like, I'm just going to type in demon.
Demon.
And I was like, okay.
And I did, and it worked.
Sounds good. It did work.
It gave me actual demons. It gave me ghosts. It gave me murder. I mean, it gave me really everything. So
What
guys
else
are really
could you
killing
ask
it.
for?
What else could you ask for? So I think, we already talked about our business in the last episode. We like to jump right in with these Listener Tales, right?
We'll have more business later, but
Our
today.
business will be in the next episode. Today is about diamonds and murder.
Yeah.
That's
Hell
what today is about. And my first one is entitled Listener Tales. So I might have walked past an eyeball.
How do you not know if that's for sure or not? I may have.
That's literally, as soon as I saw that title, I was like,
I need to know
that's the
more.
one for me. That's the one for me.
That's really funny.
Yeah, So this one begins by saying, "Hi, y'all. I've been listening to your podcast since last year and have listened to multiple listener tales since then. Every time I hear a listener tale, I think back to the time I might have, definitely did, walked past eyeballs from a murder victim."
Oh, both
So
of
I
them.
figured to finally send a tale of my own. This murder made a huge impact on me, but it was not sensationalized in the news at all. Most friends who live near me, and therefore the apartment block, don't even know that this murder happened because of how little this was mentioned in the press. Probably because it was an open and shut case with little need for investigation. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I've attached a pudifa since I ain't gonna send a lengthy email. Hope you read mine. I guarantee you it's a journey.
I'm excited.
I love that they sent a pudifa.
You always got to send a pudifa.
All right, it says, "Hi, girls. My name is Ting, and I'm from Singapore. Feel free to use my name. Thank you." Because I just did, and I would have felt bad.
We already did, and we would have had to go back.
I would have had to go back and make it go boop when I said your name. Anyway, I'm in US for graduate school. Yay, question mark, it says. Yay, you're doing it. And started listening to true crime podcasts to keep my mind occupied while doing long, boring experiments. True crime has always been an interest of mine, but no one around me likes talking about it. I feel like we all feel that.
That's exactly why we have this podcast.
So I was so excited to find out that there are podcasts out there who made me feel like I'm not a psychopath for enjoying stories about serial murderers. Imagine a 14-year-old kid reading a thick-ass book about notorious serial killers that went super in depth about what they did, their psychology, the legal proceedings, etc. On the train. People were staring, y'all. Anyway, you're here for the murder story, and I hope this doesn't disappoint. I know it's not gonna, because we're talking about eyeballs.
Yeah, as soon as you bring eyeballs into it, I'm like, I'm ready. I'm all ears.
I'm here. This was in Singapore in 2012. I was 16 at the time. To get to school, I left my home at 6:40 a.m.-ish, walked past this apartment building. We all live in apartment buildings unless you're rich, to get to the train station about 10 minutes away. So I would have been near the murder building, air bunnies, before 6:45 a.m. Trust me, because my school is an hour away. I'm very routine with when I leave my house, since I don't want to be late, but I also want to get as much beauty sleep in as I can. I'm telling you this to hammer home the fact that I am at the eyeballs after the murder happened, but before the police arrive.
Oh my God.
Apparently, an engaged couple moved into their new room in June of 2011, but by December 2011, Lee, the soon-to-be husband, started to believe that the room they sublet was haunted and that his fiancée was possessed.
Oh, no.
He made her carry a Bible everywhere and even took her to the Catholic Church for an exorcism. The fiancée herself, Elise, thought that she was possessed as well. Lee also tried to exorcise her himself. There were times that their flatmates, they sublet a room in an apartment, so there were other people there, could hear him shout for the devil or daemon to get back to the sky. And Elise would look very pale after whatever exorcism he did.
What?
Finally, on the 20th of March, 2011, at 11 p.m., the police were called to check in on the couple when loud groaning noises were heard. Lee told the police that they were just quarreling, but Elise looked in pain and there were clothes all around the room, that Lee lied and said it was because of a recent abortion.
Oh.
The police left since there was nothing to be done. She had no physical injuries, and she also believed that she was possessed, so she wasn't exactly asking for the police's help. At 6:30 a.m. the next day, a flatmate called the police again when he saw blood on the door of their room. I can't believe that the police were there the night before.
I know.
The paramedics came 10 minutes later and found Elise topless and covered in blood, lying on top of naked Lee. The paramedics went outside the room to wait for the police. Since they had no handcuffs or whatever, they realized that this was an extremely unsafe situation. Plus, Elise is dead, so what can they do, I guess? And while this was happening, within the 15 minutes the police took to arrive, Lee gouged out Elise's eyes and threw them out the window.
Nope.
Gouged out her eyes and threw them out the window.
I'm closing my eyes right now because I can't even have them
exposed. You all got that, right?
Don't say it again. We all got it.
The police found him kneeling next to her body, chanting while holding a yellow cross.
Oh, no.
Now for the gory details. I'm sorry, that wasn't the gory details.
Now for them.
Bent spoons and a fork was found in her hair. Various tools were found beside her, and a slice of her windpipe.
What?
Like, what the fuck?
A slice of her windpipe was found near her? How was this not covered in the news?
Her ankle had been cut to the bone, and she had a 12-centimeter long gaping wound on her neck. Probably how her windpipe got cut out.
Oh, God.
Her eyeballs and some clumps of hair were found at the foot of the block where they had landed in some bushes.
I'm not all right
her
right now.
Her fucking eyeballs.
And some hair.
Took flight and landed in some bushes.
I don't like eyeball things.
That's where I come in. Because those bushes are the very bushes I walk past every school day. I'm not kidding. These bushes are just less than a foot away from the concrete path I walk on. If he threw out her eyeballs at 6:40 a.m. and I walk past at 6:45 a.m. before the police come to take their statement and cordon off the crime scene, I probably walked past the victim's eyeballs.
Oh, I'm glad that you didn't see them, though.
It's crazy to even think about it. I only knew about the murder when I came home, walking the same route I took in the morning, only to see black and yellow police tape in my way. So I turned on the news that evening to learn what gruesome shit had happened that day. And I vividly remember the tent placed around the familiar bush, as if to protect evidence that was in it. As for Lee, he was jailed for 10 years due to his psychiatric condition. He was very Catholic and truly believed that his fiance was possessed, and his surgeon brother promised to supervise him after his jail term. I don't know too much about the legal proceedings and how he ended up with only 10 years, but that sucks.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah, he literally brutalized her and ripped her eyeballs out and threw them out the window.
And then she was laying on top of him?
Yeah. So he was just lying there naked with her dead on top of him?
Yeah, there's a lot more to that.
Well, here's my listener tale. Hope you didn't lose your lunch over this. I still think about the case from time to time since this was probably the most gruesome thing that happened in my neighborhood. And here's a link to the case. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I ate a lot of sour cream and onion chips before this, and I'm really regretting that decision right now.
Wow.
Really
Ting.
regretting that decision.
Wow. You definitely walked past eyeballs, Ting.
Yeah, I really
You
hate
did.
that. I hate that so much.
You did that. You walked past eyeballs and you had no idea.
I need to stop saying eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
I'm ready to move on. Thank you, Ting.
Eyeballs don't bother me so much, but
That's weird.
it would be weird to walk by eyeballs just like in a bush.
Ew.
I see eyeballs a lot outside of their human vessel at work.
Oh.
So that's like normal to me, but walking past them and seeing them just dangling in a bush would be a real experience.
I still can't believe you didn't save Bubba's eyeballs when they got taken out.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be weird, I feel.
That would be would be weird for you.
It would make me sad, I think, because I'd be like, those are Bubba's eyes.
Oh, but you could keep them and keep looking into them.
But like, I want them in her face if they're going to be anywhere near me.
I get it. All right, let's
just,
move on.
Eyeballs.
Move on.
Getting scared is one thing. Getting a thrill is, well, you want more of those in your life. The Genesis GV70 is built to thrill, baby. A thrilling yet elegant design always makes driving the GV70 an exciting adventure. Its powerful athletic stance screams performance and turns heads. Everybody's looking at you, girl, or boy, or whoever. Command the road and experience a class-leading standard 300 horsepower. Oh my God. Plus, discover the different dynamic drive modes for all different terrains. Choose between the different terrain modes for whatever road conditions you may encounter. The Genesis GV70's award-winning technology and performance lets you drive with comfort and drive with confidence all at the same time. It's an exciting SUV with intuitive tech that can make your ride smooth even when the road isn't. And its blind spot cameras allow you to see what's next to you. It's like having eyes on the side of your head. That's pretty iconic. Its performance, by the way, is measured not only in power, but in how it makes you feel confident, sexy. The Genesis GV70. Learn more at genesis.com and feel the GV70. You know that feeling when you come home late from work and those puppy dog eyes just pierce right through your soul? Or when you're packing for a trip and your cat refuses to leave your suitcase? Yeah, we've all been there. Pet parent guilt is real. And you know what? It's completely normal. That's exactly why Hill's Pet Nutrition exists. They understand that being a pet parent means being human, with all of our imperfections and daily juggling acts. Hill's science-led nutrition helps you give more love than humanly possible. Whether it's those long work days or trying to balance attention between multiple pets, Hill's Pet Nutrition gets it. They've created science-based nutrition that supports your pet's lifelong health so you can feel confident even when life gets hectic. Because you're only human, there's Hill's. Science does more. Ready to let go of the guilt? Find the right food at hillspet.com/podcast. That's hillspet.com/podcast.
Guys, go grab some grapes. Go grab some olives.
Ew, shut up. You're terrible. And I just bought grapes. Oh, I hate you.
Yeah.
Grapes. All right. My next one is called Listener Tale About My Demon Hairdresser and the Time I Almost Got Tooked.
Almost got took.
And the reason I picked this is because it starts off and says, "Hey, Ash and Alaina, my name is also..." I'm not supposed to read that. Wait, no, I am. She says, "My name is Ashley, but you can also call me Trashly, Cashly, or other less cool but slightly haunted Ashley." Okay, I guess I can't say
You're like,
that's why I picked this, because her name is Ashley and it's spelled like mine.
Spelled the same.
ASHLEIGH, except my name's not Ashley. Never call me that. Anyways, This says, "I don't know why it's taken me so long to write in. I'm a huge fan and a long-time listener. Shout out to my best friend Sarah for showing me your podcast."
Hell yeah, Sarah.
Let's get it, Sarah. I love listener tales, and boy, oh boy, that makes me just want to go, boy, oh boy, oh boy. I unfortunately have some good ones for you. It took me forever to decide which one of my traumas I wanted to share with you, but I've decided on two that I just can't seem to forget. I know I sound crazy, and I don't talk to people about my experiences often for that very reason. Sorry for the length of this in advance, but I promise it is worth the read. I love you guys. Stay weird. Also, never apologize for the length. Let me start by telling you I moved houses a lot growing up. At this point, over 20 times, but I've lost count.
Wow.
I can relate to that. I should also tell you that my mom and I are both very sensitive to spiritual energies, both of us being able to feel and sometimes see ghosts. Since as early as I can remember, I've always had a feeling that I have negative energy that follows me, even through all of our moves, even the one all the way down to Florida. The energy when this thing is around is too familiar, and I always know when it's present. This was validated by a psychic 3 years ago who ripped his hands from mine halfway through our reading, quickly told me I have a strong negative energy that's been with me my whole life, but refused to tell me what he saw. He said, and I quote, "It's better if you don't know."
No!
While wiping sweat off his forehead, avoiding eye contact, and then ending our session.
I'm going to be real with you. I think I would have struck that man. I think that would have been the time when I resorted to violence.
I think I would have struck that.
I would have been very angry.
The way you worded that, I think I may have struck that man.
I think I would have resorted to violence in that situation. Like, you don't do that.
Yeah, no, that's really shitty. And if it's better that I don't know, don't tell me any part of it.
Yeah, and don't violently rip it. Like, come on, have some professionalism. Don't just rip your hands away.
Damn it. Have some respect for me and my negative energy.
That's right.
All right. Well, anywho, I grew up in Rochester, New York, and this story is on the first house my parents bought together. I don't know what year the house was built in, but it was old enough to have lead paint. Probably why I'm stupid.
My house.
I was around 10 years old, and the shit that went down there still gives me goosebumps. I frequently saw ghosts in this house. Apparently my mom did too, which I didn't find out until much later. I would go days without sleeping, making myself stay awake at night because I was so scared. What is that? I don't know.
She's making very strange movements.
There was a bug that was flying near me. It was like I was about to come in my eye.
She looked like she was doing a dance move, and I was like, "There's nothing celebratory about this right now. I don't understand."
No, I'm not jamming. I'm trying not to get
What are these
eaten.
strange movements?
All right, they said I would go days without sleeping, making myself stay awake at night because I was so scared and only sleeping when I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. My room was periwinkle and I had a night light, so it wasn't a dark room. I remember spending entire nights staring into one corner by the ceiling of my room that would turn pitch black, and I could just feel it staring right back at me.
Ooh.
Sometimes the darkness would start to go down the wall, and I would hide under the covers and whisper over and over again, "This is my house, you're not welcome here," until I fell asleep. Well, one night I decided to face the wall instead and try to ignore it when I felt something slowly get on my bed and start playing with my hair.
All right, I'm out.
Like I'm out of here.
I'm literally leaving the room.
I'm dipping.
That shit.
I felt its nails softly scratching my scalp and slowly brushing through my hair.
Okay, well, that sounds delightful.
Sounds pretty awesome.
I would love that right now.
Thank you.
I also don't want it from a demon.
No, don't relax me, because what are you trying to relax me in preparation for?
You're lulling me into something here.
Yeah, you're lulling me into some demon shit.
With some long ass nails.
And ain't nobody got time for that. It says, I was fucking petrified and I could not move. Eventually I must have just fallen asleep. Wow, it's truly something. I was lulled to sleep by a demon with acrylics.
A demon with fresh ass nails.
Are you sure it wasn't me, actually?
On bed behind you and starts scratching your scalp. And you're like, I don't know, I guess I just fell asleep. What the fuck?
Nighty night.
I would light on fire. I would literally light on
sporadically
fire.
combust.
I would. It would be over.
Yeah, I'd be out.
Sporadically combust. Spontaneously.
Well, spontaneous
I would
and
sporadically just
sporadically.
combust.
Whatever. I watched Clueless.
I was literally just going to say,
sentence.
all right, Cher.
Sporadically.
Love that.
My dad worked nights at a paper mill, so I knew it wasn't him. So the next day, I remember trying to yell at my mom for coming into my room, and I told her she scared me. But she looked at me like I was crazy, and she said she never came into my room.
And then she gave the whole ass kid away.
That's when you just yeet that back into the womb. Get out of here.
That sucks.
So that's that story. And then it says, okay, so this next story is about when I almost got snatched happened when we lived in the suburbs of New York. The town was pretty small, and even though there was just 1,200 kids in my high school, there was like 4 school buses because everyone lived pretty close, and so we had to... Hold on, I'm so confused.
Everyone lived pretty close. They had to like walk.
Oh, okay. They had to walk when there was 4 school buses. Okay.
Yeah.
I was around 14 years old and I lived over 2 miles away. One day, our parents got a phone call while we were still at school, something about a kidnapping in a suspicious white van. Always the white van. I don't remember the details of the call, but my mom texted me to be safe. I usually walked home with some friends, but my house was the furthest away, so I would walk alone for like 15 minutes. So like every other day, I separated from my friends and continued to walk home. I had headphones in, and I saw a white van drive by. I figured I only noticed it because of the phone call. I kept walking, and a few minutes later, I saw another white van. Again, the phone call. Bader-Meinhof phenomenon, maybe, which Alaina and I just had to Google the pronunciation of. And it's also called the frequency illusion. So it's like the more you see something, or if you... Yeah,
like hearing something or reading something will increase the frequency with which you think you see that thing again.
Yeah, it's like I said, like whenever you buy a car, I feel like you see that car all the time now.
Yeah, or like the white van, all of a sudden you're seeing white vans.
Right. Now, one last time I saw the white van drive by me, slower this time. As it drove away, I took out my headphones to be more aware of my surroundings when a man on a bike pulled up next to me. He started asking me questions right away. He asked me where I was going, and I said home. He asked me where I lived, and I said down the street. I was 2 streets away, and then my house was at the end of the road. He asked me how old I was. After this, and a few minutes of me being scared shitless, I put my headphones back in and started to walk faster, but he kept following me. Once I got on my street, a car pulled over and rolled the window down, and he biked away. It was a couple who asked me if I knew that guy, and I said no, and they said that he had been following me for the whole time. They noticed and were watching the whole thing. Ugh. They asked where I lived, and I said down the street. I can see my house from here. The woman from the car looked around, and the guy on the bike wasn't around anymore, and she told me to get home safe, turned around and drove the other way. As soon as her car returned, the guy on the bike turned the corner onto my street. I saw him and sprinted home because fuck that, and ran into my house. My dad, who I was absolutely terrified of growing up, saw me barrel into the house and asked me what's wrong. Actually, he said, "What the fuck is your problem?"
Oh my God.
I told him about the van and the bike, and without saying anything, he shot up and grabbed his keys and said, "Get in the car." We drove down the street, and there was the bike man and the white van. My dad slammed on his brakes and jumped out of the car. He grabbed this guy by the shirt and pointed to me in the car. "Were you following my kid?"
Yes.
Bike man tried to say no, and then they started screaming at each other. My dad picked up this guy's bike, Hulk smashed it onto the ground, curb stomped his tires, and told the man if he ever caught him around here again, he would regret it. And if he ever caught him talking to me again, he would kill him. Dear bike man, if you weren't trying to steal me, I'm sorry, but also frick you. We drove home. I got grounded for talking to strangers. We had pizza for dinner. Like, I love that she's like, this is what happened, and then I got grounded.
Then we had a pretty rad night with pizza, but then I got grounded.
I just love how it ended. We got pizza for dinner.
We got pizza for dinner.
Alrighty, Ashley.
Oh my God. Ashley, Trashly, Cashly. You're the best.
Slightly less haunted,
Oh,
Ashley.
that was a great one. I like that. My next one has to do with something I also love. It's called The Age-Old Dilemma. What if the best wings in town are made by a murderer?
The age-old dilemma, am I right?
The age-old dilemma. And what they say in their first part of the email is, "Hello, sweet, spooky angels on Earth. I've attached my listener tale submission. Inapitifa."
Yes.
The story centers around my hometown of Agawam, Massachusetts.
What?
25-year-old rumors, a horrific murder, and my deep, passionate love for buffalo chicken.
Which I need to point out, they also attached a picture of buffalo chicken entitled, "Is This Love?"
And it is. It is. It truly
love that
is.
It's simply a picture of buffalo
That's
chicken.
it. And you know what? I feel very connected to this because they are from Massachusetts.
They love
and
it.
I, too, have a deep, passionate love for buffalo chicken. I will eat buffalo chicken anywhere, anytime.
I love it. Oh, look at the margins on this, you beautiful beast.
I saw it and I was like, it's beautiful.
Is this poetry?
It is. It is.
Be this?
Be this? All right, here we are. Hi, Ash and Alaina. For the purposes of this story, you can call me Cat. Hey, Cat, meow.
I was gonna do that.
You two have kept me safe and warm through a truly rocky year and a half.
Oh boy, hasn't it been?
Right. My obsessive listening to your pod too loud in my house is also the reason my soon-to-be husband nearly pulled the car over the other day when I casually asked him if he preferred to be buried in the ground, body and all, or if he'd like to be cremated someday. He jokes that I've been taking too many notes. Anyway, you're a couple of badasses, and I hope to all the goddesses and witches above that you will come to do a show in Northampton, Massachusetts someday.
Hell yeah, I will. I love Northampton.
I'm coming. Either way, I'll drag my ass off this couch and plant it in a cushy theater seat wherever and whenever you start touring again. You rule.
Woohoo.
So this story centers around my hometown of Agawam, Massachusetts. What? 25-year-old rumors, a horrific murder, and my deep, passionate love for buffalo chicken. My mom grew up in Agawam, but when she was in her 20s, she moved out to California for a number of reasons. During the time she was out there, she passed David Bowie in an escalator,
yes,
and she
bitch.
wrote, "For you, Alaina," went to a party at Stevie Nicks' and you, Ash.
What?
And dated Arsenio Hall's bodyguard. That's
Your
for everybody.
mama did the damn thing.
I can promise you I am not and will not ever be remotely as cool as this woman.
Me neither.
Nobody will. While she was out there, she became pregnant with me.
So you got like the cool.
You
in
did. You had the essence of cool all
Yeah.
around you. My father was like, "Peace, no way, not me," but Ma was about it. So my little skin sack set its way to become Earthside in 1991.
That is the funniest fucking sentence we have ever been written.
gotta read that
Ma
one more
was
time.
about it, so my little skin
My
sack.
father was like, "Peace, no way, not me," but Ma was about it. So my little skin sack set its way to become Earthside in 1991.
Its way to become Earthside. I'm dead.
That's fucking poetry. One day, right before she had me, my mom was sitting at work and she witnessed a brutal stabbing outside of the window at her office.
Oh, alrighty.
Between that and the earthquake, she decided she wanted to move back to sweet, safe, sleepy Agawam to raise my little bald ass amongst her friends and family.
my little bald ass.
Getting scared is one thing. Getting a thrill is, well, you want more of those in your life. The Genesis GV70 is built to thrill, baby. A thrilling yet elegant design always makes driving the GV70 an exciting adventure. Its powerful athletic stance screams performance and turns heads. Everybody's looking at you, girl, or boy, or whoever. Command the road and experience a class-leading standard 300 horsepower. Oh my God. Plus, discover the different dynamic drive modes for all different terrains. Choose between the different terrain modes for whatever road conditions you may encounter. The Genesis GV70's award-winning technology and performance lets you drive with comfort and drive with confidence all at the same time. It's an exciting SUV with intuitive tech that can make your ride smooth even when the road isn't. And its blind spot cameras allow you to see what's next to you. It's like having eyes on the side of your head. That's pretty iconic. Its performance, by the way, is measured not only in power, but in how it makes you feel confident, sexy. The Genesis GV70. Learn more at genesis.com and feel the GV70. You know that feeling when you come home late from work and those puppy dog eyes just pierce right through your soul? Or when you're packing for a trip and your cat refuses to leave your suitcase? Yeah, we've all been there. Pet parent guilt is real. And you know what? It's completely normal. That's exactly why Hill's Pet Nutrition exists. They understand that being a pet parent means being human, with all of our imperfections and daily juggling acts. Hill's science-led nutrition helps you give more love than humanly possible. Whether it's those long work days or trying to balance attention between multiple pets, Hill's Pet Nutrition gets it. They've created science-based nutrition that supports your pet's lifelong health so you can feel confident even when life gets hectic. Because you're only human, there's Hill's. Science does more. Ready to let go of the guilt? Find the right food at hillspet.com/podcast. That's hillspet.com/podcast.
We moved back to Agawam in February of 1992.
I can't stop.
Mom settled us in at my grandparents', feeling safe and sound where she had grown up. A couple of months later, on Easter Sunday, the body of Lisa Zygardt was discovered in a wooded area a few streets over from where she lived. Lisa had been sexually assaulted and murdered.
Oh no.
That's a big change from sleepy and comfortable.
Yeah, it usually is.
Mom immediately mentally noted, well shit then, and accepted that this world as a whole can be a big pile of cuckoo caca, and you can't really escape that no matter where you settle down.
Cuckoo caca.
It really is. Lisa Zygardt was 24 years old and was a teacher's assistant at Agawam Middle School, the very building where I had my first kiss. A true horror story for another time.
Oh, your first kiss always is.
It really is. Actually, mine wasn't bad.
Mine is a horror story.
Mine's actually like a Hallmark story.
Should we really quick?
Mine was literally during a snowstorm. And it was like a boy I really liked.
Cute.
Like shout out to Tim. Like, what's up,
Tim?
And he literally said, I bet I can keep you warm.
Oh, that's
before he did it.
So cute.
At the time, real good stuff.
Mine was truth or dare. And I feel as though I was set up because I had just eaten a sandwich that had Dijon mustard.
Ooh.
And the boy that I kissed, I had a really big crush on, and he told everybody that I had stinky breath and yellow teeth.
Oh my God.
Yep. And I do not have yellow teeth, but I definitely had stinky breath.
Wow, what a dick.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm doing better these days, so
you're
fuck
okay.
you, Cameron.
Yeah, I feel like you're okay. Fuck you, Cameron. Wow. All right, so yeah, there's that, guys. Apparently, Cats was a very horror experience.
I'm excited to hear about that.
Lisa also worked at a card store in the evening. She was working there on the night of April 15th, 1992. That night, Lisa's sister, Lynn, stopped by and saw her between 5:30. When Lynn left around 6 o'clock p.m., Lisa was fine. Lisa's shift would have been until 9 p.m. that evening. Later, we would find out that Lisa had told a friend recently that she felt like someone was watching her through the big windows of the shop that faced the parking lot.
Ooh.
The next morning, Lisa's coworker, Sophia, pulled into the parking lot to open up shop and begin her shift. She pulled up and saw the open flag hanging out front, but since it was coming up on Easter, she thought maybe Lisa was there to help prep for the holiday. However, as she entered the shop, she saw Lisa's belongings, including her keys and purse, but there was no signs of Lisa. Sophia called the cops next door, and when the cops showed up, there were signs of a struggle as well as a little blood. Lisa's body was found 4 days later, on Easter, in a wooded area in town. I was a literal pooping pile of flesh at this point, so I don't have any firsthand recollection of the time, but various versions of the story were a big part of growing up, and I was always interested and scared titless. Back then, some tips came in that would prove to be pretty important. A customer had come in and bought something at 8:20 p.m. They had a receipt that included a timestamp. This individual said that nothing was out of the ordinary. Then around 9 p.m., another person came into the store and found that the lights were all on, the door was unlocked, but no one was out front. She heard banging noises in the back room, waited 2 minutes, and then left.
I love that this person heard banging noises in the back room and was like, I think I'll wait a couple minutes.
I'm going to wait a couple minutes and then I'll just leave. Like, maybe call someone and be like, something weird's happening.
Yeah.
Around 9:15 p.m., another witness saw what was believed to be the killer's car. Ooh. She saw a man and a woman struggling and pulling off in the direction where Lisa's body was found. Oh. She assumed it was teenagers and carried on with her night. She said the
teenagers out here just
struggling.
Let's not help
struggling. Them. She said the car was a dark color, red or blue. It was likely a late model Bronco or Blazer. I feel it's important to note here that I have a lot of disdain for my hometown. And I know it was a different time, but with the current existence of Facebook, you better believe someone would have posted in the town forum about that sighting, at the very least out of pure boredom, or with the hopes to stir the pot. That is 100% true.
Yup.
Whenever some weird shit is going around, I immediately sign on to the mom's group or the town group, and I just look in there, and it's always like, did anyone hear that bang? And I'm like, I did.
Yeah,
I
what
did.
is it?
Now everybody speculate
What
wildly.
is it, Cheryl?
Someone tell me, Susan, what was it?
Brenda, I'm
I
looking
gotta
at you.
know. You always find out. If you ever need to feel thankful you developed empathy, just join any of the Agawam town forums on Facebook. Be ready to clutch your crystals.
I honestly think that's like any town forum, though,
For
because
sure.
you have to think of the people that are like stirring up shit on
exactly.
there.
Anyway, I was a vegetarian for 7 years. My quote-unquote last meal prior to halting meat was buffalo chicken, and the meal that brought me back to Jesus years later was buffalo chicken. It's safe to say that one of the most passionate, intimate relationships in my life was with that saucy, forbidden fruit. It rules me, honestly. I am who I am.
And
The
that's
reason
all that
I
I
bring
am.
this up, other than to feel the thrill of the temperature rise in my body at the very words, is because the best wings of my life are sold at EB's in Agawam, located in the same plaza where the card store Lisa Zeigert worked at.
Oh, shit.
Also, I feel everything that you just described when you talk about buffalo chicken.
My mouth is literally watering.
I had to swallow spit.
Yep,
Like, I
me
literally
too,
was
twice.
like, I need it. I almost want to, after this, be like, hi, John, can we have buffalo chicken
We should
tonight?
definitely get
I want
buffalo
some.
chicken.
This is
Oh,
because
I
of
need
you,
to go
Kat.
grocery shopping. I'm going to go to the meat place.
I'm going to go to the meat
Not
place.
the meat place. You know the part where they have like little wings that are like assorted? Bitch.
Buff.
Fuck me
Buff
up.
chick. One night as a preteen, I was in the midst of a mild sauce-induced euphoria at EB's with family friends, and someone mentioned offhand that the owner behind the counter was a murderer, and everyone knew it.
Oh, just an offhand convo.
Also, I know EB's. That sounds very familiar. I feel like
I
know
looked at
that.
the picture that they attached and I was like, I feel like I've been there.
This was a casual revelation, but I wiped my sticky fingers on my flare jeans and leaned in for the sweet, sweet goss. They said, quote, Ed murdered Lisa because he was in love with her boyfriend. He murdered her and then he got away with it because his dad was the chief of police.
Oh, bitch, that is juicier than a wing.
That is the hottest tea.
Yeah.
Hot. As a kid, you're one step away from being a little demon sociopath. So I was like, fuck yeah, give me that juice. I want all the details. And that's kind of how it went. You go to EB's, someone would bring it up in a hushed whisper. Everyone would collectively swivel their head over to Ed, sure of his guilt, but munching on the yummy goodness that should have been a crime itself. Over 20 years unsolved, but during that time, the Zeigerts stayed close to Ed. They were friendly. I didn't know of this, of course. I only knew about the supposed love triangle. The consensus amongst whispers were all the same. People stayed true to their rumors and fueled the local folklore. I'm ashamed that as a kid, I didn't understand how harmful all of this was and how unfair and despicable it was that Lisa's story became a talking point and a ghost story rather than a serious discussion about who she was and how she still hadn't gotten justice. In 2016, DNA phenotyping led to a composite image being published of a possible suspect. I had graduated from college the year before and was working in town, and this was exactly the shit I needed to distract me from the dance between disassociation and suffocation I was feeling by being back. The composite looked nothing like Ed. Different hair, different facial structure. I worked at a coffee shop at the time, so each customer would come in with their theories. Many still convinced we all had collectively solved the crime years ago. Lisa's mom, Diane, always had faith that science would come around and help solve the case. In an article for a local publication, she said, quote, with science, everything is modern and it always gets better, she said. Forensics made leaps and bounds. In 1992, it was in its infancy. That is so, so true. I love when people rely on science
And
later, like they
respect it.
give it its due, because it does. It comes around, man.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 1993, a woman named Joyce Shera told police that she believed her estranged husband, Gary Shera, had something to do with the murder of Lisa. Joyce remembered that Gary came home the night of the murder acting strange with cuts on his hand. Anytime the news talked about Lisa's case, he would run in from the other room to watch. Ugh. He had given her a music box that she believed was from the card store, and it made her uneasy. But Everyone liked Gary. At the time, Joyce had a drinking problem, and she and Gary were going through a custody battle. Everyone wrote her off as crazy. Even her family doubted her about her accusation. She died in 2014.
Oh, Joyce.
Turns out, Joyce was right. And everyone is a big old dirty asshole who should have maybe looked a little closer. Trash pile Gary had been a person of interest back in 1993, but nothing came of it. He didn't give DNA back then, so when they circled back 20 plus years later to obtain DNA from persons of interest in the case, they revisited Gary.
Hello, Gary.
I'm pretty sure that at first Gary didn't want to give DNA because he didn't want people, quote, tracking him or something. But they eventually got it.
Also, if you don't want to give your DNA, it like looks a little more sus than
especially
not.
when you are a person of interest.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Gary left a note and went on a run once the inevitable was clear. Went on the run, not a run. Or no, he did. It says a run. Right. I corrected myself when I didn't need to. Gary left a note and went on a run once the inevitable was clear. The note seemed to be a suicide note. In his long-winded confession letter, he blamed hardcore porn.
Oh my
Hello,
God.
Ted Bundy.
We're so sick of hearing that.
That's a Ted Bundy move. He apologized to his girlfriend and Lisa's family, but he said he knew it was always going to catch up to him. He was found later at a hospital being treated for a suicide attempt. He later pleaded guilty and is now in jail.
Good.
Suck it, Gary. As the case wrapped up, Lisa's mother said, "I believe strongly that Lisa is in a good place and that she is at peace. The thing that would be bothering her is our lack of peace. It's been 25 years. We're getting older. Our kids are happy that we are here to see this day."
Oh, that really just broke my heart.
On Dateline, you see the Zygarts hug Ed Brigatti in the courtroom. Oh, Ed from the wing place.
I love that he was there and he was like, see, I didn't fucking do it.
I still feel a horrible pang when I think about what Ed and what Joyce went through as collateral damage of this case. And I so admire the Zygarts for standing by Ed in their incredible strength through this case that is as old as me. Lisa left a huge mark on the town. Everyone who knew her talked about how special she was. There's a memorial for her at the middle school. Thanks for reading and for being the ladies you are. You've been a constant source of support through depression fogs, the apocalypse, and wedding planning.
Congratulations.
I love you so much. But I need to go order wings now. Maybe another time I can tell you about my haunted Ouija board, who predicted my friend's ailments only to turn around and curse us. My 5 years in a cult, or when my best friend was followed on the highway by an actual demon who could control the radio.
I'd like to hear about your 5 years in a cult, please.
And I want all of it.
Yeah.
I want all of it. Keep it weird. Take it away, Ash.
But not so weird that you blame a chicken wing god for a crime he didn't commit. Ignore a woke wife because of your own internalized misogyny, or blame your icky piece of shit self on pornography when it's really just that you're a human unwashed grundle. Don't keep it that weird.
Note, if you want to learn more, the story was featured on Unsolved Mysteries during season 6 and season 8. It was also on Dateline last year. Some other pods have covered it, but I haven't listened yet. I've attached the composite and a photo of Gary Grundleface Shara. I've also attached a photo of Evie's wings just to give you a little rush. Rush. Kat, I have no words for how great that was.
Seriously.
I truly have no words.
I want wings so badly right now. I can't even express it to you.
I cannot begin to tell you how badly I want those wings.
My mouth just started watering again.
And it's truly amazing that snapshot really does resemble the real guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like that composite.
It really does.
That's crazy. But Kat, seriously, that was amazing. And wow, that story, the fact that Lisa's mom, her family, was able to stand by Ed that whole time and never gave in to the rumors.
I know. That says a lot about
shit
them.
happen like that. You know, there's always those like local legends and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it is hard when you're a kid to understand how far reaching they can go. Mm-hmm. But the fact that the family was able to just stand by him through that, it's
and,
like
knew he didn't
what
do anything.
badasses.
I
That they,
know.
like, that's so cool of them.
And I love Ed having to go through that for all those years.
And I'm glad he got his due.
Yeah, and I bet he's still
Poor
making
Joyce.
the bombest wings in town.
And poor Joyce. I'm sad that she got like treated as a pariah.
I was just gonna say a pariah. I know.
But what a story, Kat.
Dang, thanks, Cat. Meow.
What a fucking story.
You are the cat's meow.
You are the cat's meow.
This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place. Let's talk about bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, and it doesn't have to be that way. But with SoFi's high-yield checkings and savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit. No account or overdraft fees. We love transparency. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, plus get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi checking and savings at sofi.com/morbid. SoFi checking and savings is offered through SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms apply. Do you remember in school when you just knew that your teacher had a favorite of everything? They would always use the same blue dry erase marker when they wrote on the board, or they would talk nonstop about their favorite element during science. I had a teacher once that literally had a favorite brand of marker. She would only write with specific markers, and if another marker ended up in her classroom, she was TO'd. And honestly, I was probably her favorite student because at the end of the year, I got her that specific brand of marker. Let's talk about their real favorite thing, though. Their favorite tissue brand. Kleenex. According to Teacher List, they are the #1 facial tissue trusted by teachers. Kleenex Ultra Soft tissues are silky soft to help prevent skin irritation, and now you can take them anywhere with Kleenex Snap and Go. I absolutely love Kleenex Snap and Go. It's so perfect to have that in your car. I had a cold last week and I was just... Honey, my nose was a faucet. I hate to do this to you, but it was disgusting. Drew literally came out of our garage with like 15 of the Kleenex Snap and Goes, and I put those in my glove compartment, and honey, they were easy access. It was so nice knowing that I didn't have to blow my nose into like an old wrapper that I had. Ew. So do the best thing for your kids' teachers and stock up on the ultimate classroom favorite. Maybe it'll make them their teacher's favorite student. They definitely have a favorite. Don't even get me started because, again, you know it was me. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
All right, my next one is called How a Ouija Encounter Might Have Led to My Best Friend's Murder.
Damn.
Whoa. It says, "Hi ladies, I am super excited to send you this email about something that I personally experienced. It is a super fucked up situation that I have condensed into a 1.5 pages of information. I've been a follower for a couple years and I love going to your shows and hearing your voices. I used fake names in my email, but you can use mine. Hi, I am Tara." I never know if I should say Tara or Tara.
I know.
I think it's Tara.
Either one is great.
Either way is beautiful. If my mom is listening, she will find this familiar, and she has her own spooky encounter since my family is sensitive to shit. Anyways, I love you guys, and I hope you get a chance to read about how a Ouija board encounter may have introduced bad vibes or bad spirits to my best friend's house, leading to her murder and an attempted murder-suicide with an eventual suicide. Yeah.
That's a lot to unpack.
That's a lot. So when I was young and a rebellious youth, my best friend Kelley bought or somehow acquired a Ouija board. My experience with this hell board began at 2 a.m. Definitely wasn't awake because I am still a nerd that goes to bed at 10:30.
Same.
Me too. When I received 3 frantic voicemails. When I woke up in the morning, I heard the tale of my friend Kelley and kind of friend Sam messing with the Ouija board, and Sam had 3 long scratches down her arm. Of course, like the dumbass I am, I went into Kelley's house as soon as I could. Not to mention, I was like 13 or 14 or some ridiculously young age like that, and I didn't have a car. Kelley was freaked the fuck out and welcomed me in. She had the Ouija boards, candles, and a mountain of snacks in her bathroom. Her bathroom is a Jack and Jill bathroom with the toilet and shower in a separate room. This means there are 3 doors, and 2 of the walls had mirrors. Of fucking course. Oh, 2 of the walls had mirrors. I wonder if they were facing each other.
A portal.
Because that's a whole ass portal right there. Anyways, once it gets dark, Kelley and Sam convinced me to go into the bathroom with the lights off and the doors closed to play with the Ouija board.
That sounds like so much fun.
That's not fun. Note, as a non-religious person, I decided to learn some prayers from Google because I was scared shitless and didn't want a demon possessing my soul.
It's probably smart.
Probably. This is the only reason I know the Hollywood...
the Hollywood?
Oh Clearly, I am also not religious.
The Hollywood. Hallowed be thy name prayer.
Thank you. Yep, that's how they know that. Whatever it's called. Almost immediately, the board was trying to do figure 8s, and we found out we were talking to a demon with a Z name. So this thing knew some shit about all of us, and hot damn, we were getting fucked with. Kelley decided to ask the spirit to knock, and almost immediately, a knock came from the door behind me. After the spirit kept telling us to look in the mirrors and play Bloody Mary. Can you just picture a spirit being like, play Bloody Mary? Like, that's just like ridiculous.
I just picture him like sitting in the nether world, just being like, you guys should play Bloody Mary.
Just
do
like,
it. Do it. You won't.
Like
do
literally,
it.
like
I double
hazing
dog
them.
dare you.
Yes. I feel like that should be an episode of Buffy.
Yes. Do it. You won't.
We were finally scared out of our minds, but the board wouldn't let us say goodbye. So like dumbasses, we go into the basement. Yeah, a pause so now you can see how fucking dumb we are. And we literally made a salt circle around us.
Wow, guys.
The board keeps taunting us and telling us to come and play outside of the circle. No. Kelley and I are freaking out when we realize Sam hasn't said anything in a while. We turn to Sam and she is staring lifelessly straight towards us and is unresponsive to anything. Kelley and I take our hands off the board and are trying to frantically figure out what to do as Sam is still lifeless, is doing figure eights on the Ouija board. I'm going to be honest, the rest is a blur, but I think it ended when Kelley turned on the lights and forcefully said goodbye. After a couple seconds, Sam came back in, but didn't remember anything from the last 20 minutes. She was confused as to why we were crying and freaking out. That is so spooky, just to like have that much time unaccounted for.
Yeah, and you're just like, what happened?
Yes,
why are you guys crying?
Nearly a decade later, I'm wondering if something came into her house from our foolishness. I was always scared of her basement and would sprint out of it if I was ever alone or had to go down there. So probably. To end on a dark note, I really wonder if we correctly closed the door to spirit hell shit or opened it to a more malicious thing or more malicious things. Several years later, my friend Kelley was murdered by her father, who then tried to kill himself and his wife.
Holy shit.
That's horrible. I'm sorry. While he didn't succeed initially, Kelley's dad hanged himself and his wife died of natural causes 3 years after Kelley's death. She has a horrible disease where she eventually was slowly deteriorating. Oh, that's so sad. I can't give you articles to Kelley's death because no files or cases exist because her death was covered up as a suicide to protect the family name, and I guess to make grief for people easier. Kelley struggled with depression, self-harm, suicidal thoughts, and previous attempts, so it wasn't confusing when I was initially told she killed herself. The aunt had close ties to the police force. I was told by her family member the truth, and not many people know the truth of what happened to Kelley. It was honestly a horrible experience, and it took me a long time to get over her death. My family is sensitive to these kinds of things, and we all believe she's watching over me. She was my soulmate, and I know I will see her again. Oh, fuck me up. I saw a moth and I knew it was her watching over me, but also trying to scare me from the grave because the bitch knows I'm scared of moths. Anyways, moral of the story, don't fuck with Ouija boards.
Damn.
Don't worry, I won't. And I'm really sorry that your friend...
Wow.
I
know,
lost
that's
your
really
friend like
sad.
that.
I hate that.
I know.
All right, let's take it back into kind of a silly place, I suppose.
Yeah.
This one's called Yeet. I've got ghosts, devils, and demons. Oh my.
Always put yeet in your subject
I
line
love
and
that.
we're bound to choose it.
Hello, my lovelies. Let me start by saying I love the podcast. My daughter introduced me to it about a year ago, and you two are our travel buddies.
Oh.
Even if it's just to the grocery store, we have your voices blaring through the speakers. Sitting home playing The Sims? Yep, she's got you on. Yes, The Sims.
Lobby bow.
Long soak in the tub? Guess what? You're there too. No peeking, okay? Yeah.
Okay.
I promise. Thank you. Yard work, crafting, whatevs. You're there. Thanks for always being there for us.
No problem.
No problem.
I felt a little tired last week.
You know what? Our experiences together have been some of my favorites. So thank you for
I'm
that.
always looking back fondly on those.
I have like 4 different stories that are spread across my life. And she even... wait, what is that?
And shoo. And she...
I was like, she was. And shoo. That's been a while, let me tell you. For the sake of time, yours, not mine, I will break these up into separate emails. Now, which should I start with? I'll just go chronologically.
Okay.
Hold on to your butts, because this is going to be a long one.
Everybody got those cheeks in hand?
Because you two are awesome, and I just assume everyone listens to you, I'm going to ask that you just call me M. I live in a really tiny Kentucky town out in the country, and I don't want the title of crazy lady. I mean, I've already got a cat and I live alone, so, let's not do that to me, too. Onward to the butt holding. I was in second grade when this happened, so that would be like 7 or 8 years old? The weather was warm, almost the end of the school year, and the days are long. My neighbor and best friend, let's just call him Fred, had been over and we were out playing whatever we played at the time. Probably Dukes of Hazzard or climbing trees, matchbox cars. I was such a tomboy. Or whatever kids done back in the day before home computers and video games. Told you it's been a while. Even so, I remember this better than I do last week. The sun was going down, and it was time to go in for supper and a bath, then bed.
I love that you say supper.
I know, I love that. Now we lived up in a hollow, pronounced holler. Oh, okay, a holler.
A holler.
We lived in a holler.
We lived in a holler.
So there are mountains on every side of me, one way in and out, or one way in and one way out. And honestly, the best place a kid could ever grow up. We knew all the neighbors, good and bad, but mostly good. The only bad one was this crazy witch lady who sat on the big rock and called her pet snake out. Here, Sadie, Sadie, Sadie.
I aspire to be that woman.
And I shit you not, that snake would come.
Hell yeah, it would.
She hated us kids. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So I stood out at the top of the hill at the curve in my driveway, about a football field from my house, and watched Fred run across the field, past my mama's house, and up the hill to his yard. He turned, waved, and went on towards his house. I turned to go towards my house. I looked down the hill, across the one-lane dirt road, and into the trees. And what I saw there changed me forever. Now keep in mind, it wasn't dark yet. The sun had just set over the mountains, so probably an hour of daylight left. But in the shadows of the trees, it was dark. In those trees, hunkered down low, I saw this set of glowing red eyes. Ooh. I mean, they glowed red like your brake lights. I practically lived in those woods and knew every part of them. There was nothing that could have accounted for these eyes. So I do what any rational person of 7 or 8 does. I ran. Smart.
Yes.
I ran as fast as my legs would carry me. I made it across the curve of my driveway and looked back down over the hill at the tree line, and out jumps the owner of those eyes.
What?
Now, when I say jumped, I mean jumped. It jumped the entire road and landed halfway up the hill. It did this as casually as bunny hopping along the way. I ran even faster. Didn't know at this point, and didn't know I could at this point, and it went into pursuit. I'm halfway home, and in 2 or 3 strides, it almost caught up with me. I looked back, and that's when I saw the size of this thing. This was not a dog. This was not a wolf or a cat or a mountain lion or any other justifiable animal you can think of. This thing on all fours was as tall as me at the time, and I was not a short kid. I was always the tallest in the class. Because I can't remember how tall I was back then, I'm going to estimate based on my grandson's height now. He's 8, so I was at least 4 feet tall. It had long, thick, flowing, solid black hair.
Ooh, maybe he was using Pantene. They always make those girls look like they have good hair, but Pantene is not good. Don't use it.
Relevant, you know? Imagine a Newfoundland with really long hair almost dragging to the ground, long pointy ears that stood erect, a very long snout, and those growing red eyes. Ash, I want to draw this included as a pedophile, but that's not my skill set, so you will just have to use your imagination on this.
That's okay, Em. It's no worries.
That's all right. So this thing is casually chasing me, and I'm running for my life. I have no doubt in my mind that if he had wanted me, it would have gotten me. I finally, by the grace of God, got to the door. I grabbed the screen door handle, but couldn't get it open. I think I forgot to hit the little open button thingy, so out of sheer fear and an overload of adrenaline, I yanked it so hard. I pulled the latch off, but I got in that door. I slammed the big door shut and ran down the hill. When I was in the safety of the kitchen, I turned and looked back towards the door. Hold on to your butts.
This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place. Let's talk about bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, and it doesn't have to be that way. But with SoFi's high-yield checkings and savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit. No account or overdraft fees. We love transparency. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, plus get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi Checking and Savings at SoFi.com/morbid. SoFi Checking and Savings is offered through SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms apply. Okay, let's have some real talk, just one-on-one for a second. I know you know this feeling. You start your period and the only pad that you have available is uncomfortable. It's like crunchy and weird. We can literally start our car from our phones, but we're still settling for crunchy, uncomfortable pads. Girl, listen, when you're looking for softness and protection, Kotex has you covered. They are changing the game with a completely redesigned lineup of pads and liners that are designed around what women actually want, like Kotex Bamboo. Kotex Bamboo has a 100% bamboo-derived viscose top layer that provides ultra-soft protection, which means you don't have to worry about feeling itchy or uncomfortable. It's like the worst feeling ever. It's gentle on the skin and it's made without fragrance too. Check out Kotex.com for more details on the new and exciting launch of Kotex Bamboo, available in regular, heavy, overnight, and daily liners. Every flow covered. Now available at retailers nationwide.
It was standing on its hind legs, looking in the window at me.
Maybe it wanted to be your friend.
The door was like upper half glass and lower half wood. Its mouth was open in what I can only describe as a smile, and its eyes had flames in them.
What?
I heard what sounded like a laugh come out of its huge, drooling mouth. Its teeth were the biggest teeth I had ever seen, even to this day, but it was all very canine looking. It had its front paws up on the window. I ran into the living room and frantically told my mom. My story didn't seem to faze Dad. He just flipped the page of the paper and resumed reading as if I wasn't recounting the most horrific tale of my life. Mom, being the fabulous mom she is, wanted to calm me down and reassure me, so she walked with me to the hallway and we look at the door. It was gone by then, but the muddy smudge of a paw print was there.
What?
I know this is dragging on, but there's more. So my bedroom was on the other side of the house from my parents. I had absolutely no desire to go into that room at night. None at all, but it was a school night and Dad had gotten tired of my protests and gave me the look. That's all it took. Off to bed I went. When I walked in my room, I saw a set of glowing red eyes looking in my window.
No.
I didn't sleep there that night. I snuck into the living room after they went to bed and slept on the couch. So I go to school at recess and I'm talking with my friends, and when one of them says, I know exactly what that was. It was the mulberry black thing. What? He proceeded to tell me some stories of this mulberry black thing. Yep, his stories were just as terrifying as mine, but at least they were all adults. When I got home from school, I went outside to see if I could find any prints. Now here's the truly weird part. The part that lets me know it wasn't a dog. I found prints. Imagine a really, really, really big bear with claws as long as your fingers. But instead of a pad between the toes, there's a giant pig hoof.
Ugh.
In perfect step in each print. These prints went from the door all the way around the back of the house to my bedroom window.
Oh, my stomach just flipped.
The stride and print size were too big for a dog, and there was no pigs around here. Since the invention of the internet, I have researched the mulberry black thing, and while I did find a few tales about it, the description of it does not match what I saw that night. I don't know what chased me that evening, and the only conclusion I can come to is a devil or a demon dog. Anyway, that's my story. I have more, so let me know if you want to hear those. Did I mention I still live in the same place and look at those woods every time I go out? I don't sit outside after dark and don't go out after dark if at all possible. I make sure there are lights on outside and motion lights and such just to be on the safe side. So you might just be onto something with fresh air is for dead people. Keep it weird. Take it away, Ash.
But not so weird that this happens to you. Because that's not so weird that you're this dog that uses Pantene.
Wow, Em. That is horrifying.
What? That's so scary.
Any giant thing that like just rears up on its hind legs, I'm not into.
That sounds like the haunting of the Bell Witch.
It does. With that, oh no,
the weird dog.
I don't like it.
It had two heads.
I don't like it.
I hate it.
I dislike it greatly.
Oh man. Well, is this our last tale?
I think this is our last tale, this next one.
Take it away, last tale.
Take it away, last tale.
Angels on the wall, ghosts in the shower, and demons at the window.
Whoa.
So let me preface this by saying that I love you both, and this is going to be a long one, but with quick satisfaction, kind of like a lesbian relationship. Accurate. It's really funny we were just talking about that.
We were.
So let's begin. It all started when I was around 5. I asked my mom what happened when the earth filled up with too many people.
That's such a 5-year-old thing to ask.
It is. It's honestly, I want to know too. That was the night she explained death to me. So I'm awesome. So I'm tucked in and ready to catch them zzz when I see 2 people on my wall. Like those oval old-timey photos, but it was 2 people, a man with black hair and a woman. I closed my eyes and they were there. I ran into my parents' room and jumped into their waterbed and sloshed my poor parents awake. Fast forward to my new home that I mainly grew up in.
My parents had a waterbed too.
You had a waterbed too.
It was like the same one. And
yeah, you slosh
you
people
would
awake.
slosh people awake.
Remember when your waterbed started leaking?
Yes. It was the worst.
Oh, that's so yucky.
Oh, 90s.
That's funny. Fast forward to my new home that I mainly grew up in. Pretty sure it was a natural doorway because I experienced shit my entire life. Random noises. I zoomed into this too far. Hold on. Shadows and the works. I just got used to it. So when I moved to Oklahoma as a team. When I moved to Oklahoma as a teen, young, dumb, and in love, we lived next to a cemetery. It was already fairly haunted at this point.
No,
I was already fairly haunted at this point. A whole
as an individual.
And some dark ass noping motherfucker was tapping in 3s on my window and growling.
Ooh.
Needless to say, I moved back into my mom's house. But not without a guest.
Oh.
Here comes the ghost in the shower. I would feel someone staring at me while I showered, so one day I got fed up and asked if someone was with me. Water went hot, cold, hot, cold. No. I calmly and very nakedly told him he needed to go. This wasn't a free show. Now to wrap this up, we're going to end where we began with the angels. With both my babies, I had a sign of sorts when something big was happening. Trigger warning. My sperm donor was a blazing hot pile of demon shit who abused me. Oh, I'm sorry. My son was 3.5 months early as a result, weighing in at 1 pound 14.2 ounces when he was born.
Wow. Your ex really is a steaming pile of dog shit.
Yeah, fuck that
and
guy.
you're a badass.
You're a badass.
Baby is an angel.
So is your son.
Right?
The first time I went into labor at 24 weeks, oh my God, I can't even imagine. I thought I was following Demon Turd into the bathroom because there was a man with black hair that walked into my mom's bathroom. It wasn't my ex. It was the man on the wall. Every time something was about to occur with my pregnancy, I saw him. He was warning me. Full body, as human as one could be. Once again, I saw him walk into my mom's bathroom, and later that night, my water broke.
That gave me chills.
That's crazy. Needless to say, I've been haunted my entire life, but have luckily gotten rid of all my demons of the past.
Good for you.
My husband, who adopted my kiddos, calls me to Sage when we hear footsteps upstairs.
I love that.
Anywho, that's my long story. Feel free to use my name, Megan.
Oh my goodness.
Megan, I really liked that one because I love the idea of, like, one of my favorite ideas in life is guardian angels. Like, I truly, in my personal opinion, I think we all have them. Yeah,
I think that it's nice to think that there's, like, some spirit on the other side that, like, just wants to, like, this one. Like, this guy was just like, hey,
yeah,
I'm gonna head in the bathroom.
It's like how
something's about to go down.
Yeah,
like that's nice.
I love it because
nice.
It's a good sense of comfort.
It is, and it's just like real nice of them.
Yeah, like
that's
Ma
just nice. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, she always sees like 2 like birds outside that she says are Nanny and Pa.
Oh yeah.
And then the other day in therapy, I was talking about Nanny, and my therapist stopped me and was like, "As soon as you started talking about your nanny, a bird started chirping."
I love.
And then as soon as I stopped, it stopped too.
See, and Nanny and Pa are my grandparents, so they're my mom's parents.
Yeah,
just so you know.
Just
sometimes
so you know.
When we say nanny, people are like, you talking about a nanny? Like,
oh yeah. True.
But no, that's just what we called them.
Yeah.
But yeah, because people say that what is it? Cardinals are like loved someone you coming back, and that's like that kind of stuff has happened, and I don't know if it's that like effect or not that you're just looking for it so you see them when you want it.
I don't know. Cardinal, I see cardinals like when I need to, I feel like. And I think blue jays are supposed to be special too, because I've seen blue jays before, like some pretty big things.
Look at that.
I like birds.
I just love birds. I love dinosaurs, really. That's just where I am.
I think I changed my mind, actually, because I don't think I used to like birds.
No, you didn't.
Now I really like birds.
Yeah. You're into dinosaurs suddenly.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're so weird.
It's true. They're dinosaurs.
I know they did. They
Look it up,
originated from
everybody. They're
dinosaurs. Elena's daughters right now are fucking obsessed. They watch
true.
the show Dino Dana, and Dino Dana's out here teaching everybody more than I ever learned in school.
Is where it's at.
She's adorable too.
And the whole beginning of the show is just like all these dinos appearing, and then she goes, Dino Dana! And every
like,
time
yes,
they say it, I'm
bitch.
like, hell yeah.
Let's get it, Dino Dana.
Yeah, Dino Dana.
The other day, the girls were watching TV in the living room, and me and Alaina were just like shooting the shit in the kitchen. And I was like, I really like that show. And she was like, yeah?
I was like, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Pretty good. I'm like, look.
So if your kids are really into dinosaurs and they're looking for something, Dino Dana's like the shit.
There's also a Dino Dan, I believe.
There is. I think it's like her little brother or something like that. But it's cute. And it's very, very educational.
And informative.
So, just letting you know, they know a lot of shit about dinosaurs now.
Look at us delivering not only spooky stories, but parental guidance. You're welcome.
And you know what? While we're on the subject, let me just end this out on this show called Emily's Wonder Lab. Is not getting renewed, I don't think, for season 2. And let me tell you, I'm pissed. Netflix, what is up? Emily's Wonder Lab is...
Emily's Wonder Lab.
It's amazing. It's first of all, the whole season 1. I know we were totally off topic, but I need to say this.
So you already got everything you needed.
You
don't
totally
have to
leave
stay.
if you don't want to listen. But if you have kids, listen. Because Emily's Wonder Lab, the whole first season, it was her, Emily, who was 9 months pregnant at the time, like wildly pregnant, doing science experiments with kids. And she is brilliant. She's adorable. She's funny.
It's fun to watch.
Like, makes it easy to understand. And my kids were like enthralled by her.
And she does like experiments that you can recreate at home. Like we did a bunch of them.
Exactly. And she's got like a TikTok page too, where she does experiments for kids. And I'm literally going to look up her name right now so that I can tell you her full name, because I forgot. I think it's Calandrelli. Emily Calandrelli.
Shout out to you.
So follow her. And I'm really pissed because she announced the other day on Twitter that she doesn't think season 2 will be renewed because they didn't get an Emmy.
But isn't there a petition?
But there's a petition. And
Sign
if you go to her Twitter page, it's there. I'm just saying,
Go
guys.
watch Emily's Wonder Lab and perhaps sign the thing.
Yeah, and it's one of those shows that you're like, really? That's not going to get renewed? Like, we're going to renew all these stupid ass shows that don't teach kids anything, but we're not going to renew this like really valid and valuable one.
That's how I feel about Good Girls, except for the part where it teaches kids stuff, because you probably shouldn't have your kids watch that.
Yeah, that's definitely like totally different, but like,
but it didn't get renewed for another season, and it should have.
But Emily only got 1 season, and I'm here to say that is a travesty.
It is a travesty, and Emily's cool. She like wanted to go to space and shit.
She did. She was ready to go to space. So
Yeah,
follow
so
her.
these listener tales-
Emily Calandrelli, go check her out.
Yeah, these listener tales were fun, and that's our friend that we need you to help out who doesn't know that she's our friend.
Yeah, but we're friends, Emily.
And let's be sad about Good Girls, everyone that likes that show.
Me and Emily have spent a lot of time together, and she just doesn't know it. So
A lot of time. Me too.
But yeah, guys, this is listener tales, so it's wacky and crazy. And
we love you guys.
We love you guys, and keep sending them in because hot damn, they get better every single time we do them.
So good.
They're so much fun. They're such a nice little like palate cleanser between like gnarly cases
when
because
Drew's not around.
They're also terrifying. Some of them are like really fucked up, but they're hilarious and also spooky and fun.
I love them.
So I think it's everything.
I always have a great time when I'm sitting on this couch with you, listener tailing.
It makes me happy.
Also, I love this couch.
I do too.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
What would you do if you could get more? More dinner parties with friends. More gear for your garage band. More places to discover. What would you do if you could get more at Shell this summer with the Feel Lucky Sweepstakes? Stop by Shell, scan the QR code at the pump, and enter for a chance to win $100,000 or free fuel for a year. No purchase necessary. Ends 11:59 p.m. Central Time, August 28th. Open to U.S. DC residents 21+. Visit shell.us/fill-lucky for rules and entry details.
Do you remember in school when your teacher had a favorite of everything? A favorite marker, a favorite element, and yes, even a favorite student? Who wasn't me, so let's move on. I want to talk about their real favorite thing. Kleenex tissues. According to teacher lists, Kleenex is the #1 facial tissue trusted by teachers. They're silky soft, help prevent skin irritation. And now, with Kleenex Snap and Go, you can take them anywhere. Stock up on the ultimate classroom favorite. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.